Hey there, clarinets. Welcome back to our Teaching Through Repertoire series on Galactic Adventure. This time we're working on Clarinet 1, measures 23 through 38. Like always, we'll clap and count the rhythms, we'll say our note names with the fingerings, and then we'll play through it. This one starts with a 4-measure rest. If you remember this is a long rest, so we're going to count 4 measures before we come in. And just to refresh the way we're going to count those, instead of trying to say, okay, 4 beats, 4 measures at 16 beats, I'll count to 16 and then I'll come in. That gets too confusing and you might get lost midway through. So the way we count long rests is 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, ready, play. And you substitute 1 each time with the number of measure of rest that you're on. So if you had 50 measures of rest, at the end you'd be going 50, 2, 3, 4, play. And you count that way. Sometimes you can still get lost if it's long enough, but it's less chance than if you're trying to count to 16 or if you're trying to count to 48 or 50 or something, and you get squirrel in the middle and then you don't know where you're at anymore. So this is help cut down on that a little bit. So remember, count 1, 2, 3, 4 every time, but you're going to replace 1 with the number of the measure of rest that you're on. So we're going to start that way at 23. We'll clap and count our rhythms all the way up through 38. We're going to start with the 4 measures of rest just so we get used to that. So here's 23. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, ready, clap. Ta, ta, dee, ta, ta. Ta, 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 ta. Ta, 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 ta. Ta, 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 ta. Ah. Did you catch my ta D in the beginning there? Yeah, slurred quarter notes aren't the same thing as eighth notes. I get the right rhythm and I clap the right thing, but if you said ta D like me, make sure you know the difference in quarter notes and eighth notes. All right, when you're ready with that, and as always, try to do the crescendo even when you're clapping. Try to do dynamics even when you're clapping. But when you're ready and you're good with the rhythm, we'll go on and say our note names and do the fingerings. We talked about in the beginning how you could leave your right hand down for A and G. There are some spots in here where you might do that, but it goes to F quite a lot. So if that's not really comfortable for you and you forget to do that, don't try to add that down every time, because if you leave it down for the F, it's going to sound pretty flat and pretty wonky there. So this might not be the best section for trying to do that. It goes pretty fast, so the intonation, the sound of those notes won't be as noticeable. So here's our note names and our fingerings. 23. We will skip the rest this time, so we're actually starting at measure 27. Note names and fingerings. 1, 2, ready, go. D, E, F, E, G, A, G, F, A, B flat, A, G, A, F, F, G, B flat, A, B flat, A, G, A, F, A, G, B flat, A, off. Remember again, I let my fingers fly away there, and if you notice sometimes I have to put weird fingers down because there's nothing to hold the clarinet up here this eye, but keep your fingers as close as you can, and you'll use your teeth and your embouchure to give you the stability in there, so even when you're playing only A and B flat, you can still have control of your clarinet if it's nice and locked in there. If you're not sure, have mom, dad, brother, sister, somebody that's trustworthy and won't jam the clarinet in your face. While you're holding it, have them try wiggling it. It shouldn't move around freely. If they can move it around, you don't have your teeth down. You don't have your embouchure tight around it. It shouldn't hardly budge at all while it's in your mouth there. All right, when you're good with the fingerings and you're ready on that and you're solid, let's go ahead and play it. Here, we will do the rest this time, so here's measure 23 through 38. 1, 2, ready, and rest. 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. do? Did you make it through that whole note? Remember to go all the way to the wa of 1 or the f of 5 as you're counting in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go all the way to that rest before you stop playing. Try to get that crescendo in 30. Remember, it's not huge. It's just mezzo piano to mezzo forte, but try to do a little bit of difference there and really focus on long flowing air streams and connecting those notes as much as possible. Even though we're in the vigorous section, we still want to connect all our notes if they're not marked staccato. Once you're done with that, you're good to go up through measure 39. Our next part's just going to focus on the little pencil tapping section at 39. So when you're ready for it, we'll see you in part 5.